So I'm heading to the store right now to go and get some stuff for dinner. And I wanted to record this video because I was on my store to get stuff for dinner, and it made me think about it. One of the most important things I don't think is emphasized enough in recovery is your diet. What you eat during, especially in the very beginning, your body is so weak. You haven't been taking care of it. You've been out partying, you've been drugging, you've been doing all this stuff. You are at your weakest. So eating clean, healthy foods is super duper important. That being said, personally, an animal-based diet, a heavy animal protein diet, like a ketogenic diet, something like that, where you're focusing more on get the carbohydrates out of your life, get the sugars out of your life. You know, when you're using, a lot of times we turn to junk food. I know I did. I was always eating Ho-Hos and like every kind of sweet thing I could get, because you're trying to trigger that same dopamine response in your brain through junk food. I mean, food is a drug, probably the hardest drug addiction to overcome, in my opinion. In fact, when I was laying in my house, dope sick, trying to get off of opiates, there's that show called My 600 Pound Life. I watched every single episode of that show, laying in bed, dope sick, watching these people struggle with their addiction. And it clicked in my head that my addiction, I didn't need heroin to survive. You don't need alcohol to survive. You don't need whatever your drug of choice is to survive. You have to eat to survive. So being addicted to something that you're going to have to continue using the rest of your life is got to be one of the hardest things to do. It's like giving a heroin addict, being like, here, you're only allowed to do this much a day. Like, that's crazy. They have to use their drug of choice every day the right way. Like, they have to use it the right way. Anyways, so watching those people go through it, I'm like, man, I can just quit my addiction cold turkey and just be done with it and never look back, never have to touch it again. But they have to reprogram themselves to use their drug the right way. So going back to diets, it's gonna piss off a lot of people, I'm sure, that are vegan or in that plant-based community. But plant foods, bottom line, you just do not absorb the vitamins and nutrients like you do from animal foods. I'm not the guy to ask all these questions about. There's other, with diet, health, fitness guru guys out there you can turn to. But if you are in recovery, and that's something I would start looking toward a good heavy animal-based diet where you're getting a lot of animal proteins, no sugars. If you do get your sugars, usually through fruit or honey, there is some carbohydrates in there. I know women, my wife personally struggles on a carnivore diet when I completely cut all the carbs out of her life. So we add some carbs, sweet potatoes, some grains. Yeah, I'm not here to give diet plans or anything. I'm just telling you what I did and what helped me. So I ate a lot of eggs, a lot of ground beef. Fish is good. I pretty much only ate a lot of animal proteins. Avocado is good. A lot of water. A lot of good salt too. That's another thing people underestimate. Salt. That crappy table salt you got is bleached and gross. You need to find a good salt. We use, I think it's called Red Baron, the Himalayan salt, that pink salt that everyone, Joe Rogan, everyone talks about, is a good salt. But find a good salt that has a lot of minerals and vitamins and stuff in it, but stay away from the sweets, guys. I know a lot of people want to power down Gatorade. I mean, like maybe the first like week when you're in withdrawal and stuff like that, drinking a couple Gatorades and stuff isn't the end of the world, but try really hard to stay away from the sugars and stuff, because you're gonna just keep tricking your dopamine receptors in your brain, and it's just gonna make it harder. I mean, going through withdrawals, you're already at your lowest point, and like struggling to trying to keep food down is hard at that time too. So like chicken breast, something that's not too greasy, I think that'll make your stomach upset. Stay away from pizza and cheeseburgers and all the stuff that everybody loves to eat. You might actually, if you're not careful, you could find yourself in another addiction. A lot of people that are suffering from addiction put one thing down and pick up another. I know when I quit drinking, I was so used to holding that damn beer can in my hand everywhere I went that I started drinking a bunch of Red Bulls, the big tall Red Bulls. I was drinking like 3 or 4 of those a day, and that is not is not better. I mean, I wasn't drunk anymore, but that's not any better. So just try to stay away from the sugars. Try to heavy animal proteins and stuff like that, and try to move. I know it's so hard to get out of bed when you're in recovery, but try to move. Go out, go for a walk. Take your dog for a walk. Go in the back, play ball with them. Just don't sit there in your bed and sulk in how bad you feel. But diet is huge. It's super important. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, bye.